Apex Legends has seen one of the hottest releases for a Battle Royale game in a while, climbing its way to the top of Twitch with its polished gameplay and its distinctive, class-based characters. With a competitive atmosphere starting to develop around the game, maybe you're wondering what you can do to push your gameplay to the next level and secure those sweet, sweet victories. Wonder no more, because we're coming at you with our top 10 list of tips and tricks you can use to further enhance your Apex Legends skills. Number 1. Use comms. If you are not using comms, you are probably going to struggle against other teams that do. Some people aren't into using comms, and we get it. Some of you just want to drop in and lay waste to the enemy alongside your allies without having to talk. We know that doesn't necessarily mean you're not working with your team either. You can be a team player without using comms and still do very well, but it still never hurts to use a mic. The pinging system in Apex Legends is very advanced, but it doesn't have every little thing covered that could much more easily be communicated with your voice. Number 2. Use player icons to figure out who is firing. Have you ever heard a firefight start, but you can't figure out who on your team is doing the shooting? Check out your team's player icons on the bottom left of your screen. A muzzle flash will show to the right of the player icon if that player is firing. You can then cross-check that player's icon color with the colored arrows on your map to figure out where that person is at and what direction they're looking into when they're firing. Number 3. Use surroundings to your advantage. This isn't Fortnite. You can't just build something to hide behind at a moment's notice. Play smart and position yourself so you're the one who has the advantage, not your opponents. Try to keep high ground if possible, and if you can't, at least try to stick to areas with available scenery and buildings to take cover behind. Apex is a very vertical game, allowing you to scale buildings and high walls, but there are some very tight choke points and ravines that can only be passed through directly. Take advantage of them and take out enemy teams passing through. Number 4. Ping inventory slots for items. We have seen very few people making use of this feature, and it can really help streamline the looting process. If there's a specific kind of ammo you need, you're running low on syringes, or there's a shotgun hop-up you really want, just ping the specific slot in your inventory to let your teammates know what you're looking for. It can be hard enough to keep track of your own items, let alone your teammates, so take the time to just send out a ping when you're in need and give everyone a heads up. Help your teammates help you. Number 5. Continue playing while knocked down. When you get knocked down, you're not out, so don't give up. There are still a few handy things you can do while you're crawling around on the ground. Try to get into a position behind cover so your teammates don't have to brave a wave of bullets just to pick you up. If you can't do that, hold up your knockdown shield and act as cover for your teammates. If they crouch behind you while you're knocked down and you have your shield up, you can hide a large portion of their character's body from incoming bullets. If you're in a house, guess what? You can still open and close doors. Post up next to a door and repeatedly close it on your enemies to stall them from entering as long as possible while your teammates get prepared. But remember, once your teammates start picking you up, you can't do anything until you're standing again. So make sure your allies don't try to pick you up when the enemy is fighting you for door control. Number 6. Call out nearby dropping squads. If you are not the jump master, you're not going to have much to do until you reach the end of your drop. Use that time to your advantage. Do some scouting for your team and check out where the other teams are landing. See how many are in the immediate vicinity, and take note of the teams dropping in the areas surrounding your location. Depending on where the circle is and where you see other teams drop, you'll be able to piece together the best route for your team, whether that means you want to avoid other teams and gather gear for a few minutes, or rush headlong into firefights and kill opposing teams to take their gear. Number 7. Split off at the end of your drop. Do not commit to the team drop all the way to the very end. This often results in your team fighting against each other for loot, and sometimes a player or two not even being able to find a firearm. This puts you at a massive disadvantage in early team fights. Instead, split off in the last couple of seconds to ensure everyone on your team lands spread out just enough that you aren't fighting each other for loot, but so you're still close enough you can group up for a fight if you need to. Doing so can often claim a slightly wider space for your team to take over, as well as deter other teams from dropping in the middle of your team. Just be careful not to spread out too far apart, otherwise you might find yourself fighting against another team on your own. Number 8. Learn the loot tier locations. Figuring out where to drop for the best gear reliably can give you great options when it comes time for you to be the jump master. Knowing which locations are rated for the highest tier loot makes picking the drop spot much easier and gives you options in case you have to abandon your original drop if it's looking too hot. Learning loot tier locations will also help you determine the route you think you should take as you work your way towards the center of the ever-shrinking safe zone. Number 9, vary your loadout. This one might seem obvious, but so many people still get caught having only close range or long range weapons in their loadouts. Apex's landscape, weapons, and abilities were meticulously designed to ensure firefights of all distances are viable options. So unless you're playing with the same team regularly and each of you has defined roles, it's likely to be more advantageous to be prepared for multiple situations. Make sure you don't double down on weapons that are only useful at the same distance. After all, you can only use one weapon at a time. Furthermore, try to pick weapons of different ammo types. Sharing ammo between two weapons, while possible, is a dangerous game to play because you might get caught switching to your other weapon and not have any bullets left over for it. Number 10, destroy Apex Pack robots. Have you ever noticed you can find those Apex Pack robots in the actual game? They aren't just there for show. They can actually be smashed for a chance at some high tier loot, and a lot of people either haven't noticed or have just been passing them up. Take the few seconds it actually requires to hunt one down once you hear it, and break it open to see what's inside. Trust us, it's worth it. And those are our top 10 Apex Legends tips that will hopefully help you and your team secure victory. Let us know in the comments below if you have any tips or tricks you use to get ahead of the competition in Apex Legends. And as always, another video is on the way.